Hi guys, and welcome to this video. I'm Ellen. I am here to talk about my life. Essentially. I don't really know how to categorize this video. We're gonna keep this video the same and we're going to talk about my favorite memories first. So we're talking about January 2019. It was a good start to the new year. I don't have a lot of favorite memories. I have 4, and they all take place in Pennsylvania because I had gone home to Pennsylvania for the holiday season. So nothing really happened in Los Angeles in the month of January that's really memorable and fun to talk about. So let's talk about those Pennsylvania memories. The first one is January 1st. Not too much happened on this day, but I did wake up in the Poconos with a bunch of friends and we kind of just hung out for a little bit in the morning in the Poconos. We had breakfast, we went for a walk, and we got to see the lake. That was essentially it. I don't think anything else really happened that day except just going back home and just chilling. Next is January 2nd. That was a fun day too. I left around the afternoon to go see some cousins who I hadn't seen in 2 years, so I was very excited to see them. We just kind of sat and talked and caught up with each other, and then we watched a little bit of TV, and then my aunt came home. My uncle was there the whole time, so it was just kind of catching up with some family members that I don't get to see often, and it was super fun. I love them all so much. And then after that I went to my dad's and had a birthday dinner because my birthday was January 3rd. I had some homemade dinner and played some Cards Against Humanity, not Cards Against Humanity, what am I thinking? I played some Exploding Kittens, one of my favorite card games to play ever. So it was just a very chill day, but also a lot of seeing family and catching up with family. Next memory is January 4th. Skipping my birthday because I don't really quite remember it. So I don't think anything truly exciting happened. But January 4th was super fun. My friend had a wedding, so I went to the wedding. And this is my very first friend wedding I've been to. I've been invited to a couple friend weddings, but I've never been able to go. This is the first time I was able to go to a friend wedding. Friend weddings are so fun. So yeah, so I got to see a lot of friends from college who I hadn't seen in so long. Some of them I hadn't even seen since graduation of college, which was years ago. Of course, there's lots of dancing happening, lots of drinking, I will say. Lots of drinking. It was a very fun time. There was even an after party at the hotel after the wedding, which was fun. We just kind of hung out in the hotel bar. I just chilled. Yeah. So it was such a blast. I want to go to more friend weddings, but I unfortunately live way too far away from all my friends. Not cool. So my next memory and my last memory is January 5th, which is obviously the day after. So I woke up in Philly, which is where the wedding happened, and I went back home and I did some packing because I was leaving the next day, so I gotta get some packing done. And then after I was done packing, I went back to my dad's because I was with my mom, and then I went back to my dad's and I actually surprised my dad. He didn't think I was gonna be showing up, but I did. So I went back to my dad's and we went to go see my 2 cousins in a basketball game. I had never seen them in a basketball game before, but I know that they love basketball, and that I've heard that they're amazing at basketball and all this stuff. And they're also their last year of high school, so I wanted to see them play at least one game. I have never been the type of person who gets into basketball. I'll watch basketball and I'm I don't get the gist. I don't like playing basketball. I'm not a basketball fan, but I got so into watching this game, and I don't know if it's just because they're cousins of mine, but they were actually really good at playing basketball. I was impressed. And of course they won, which was great. It got really close. It was a good game. It kept going back and forth. It's a very interesting game to watch. Those are my favorite memories. Now, I think we go on to favorite things. Yes, okay, sorry. We go on to favorite things now. One of my favorite things, which I think was a favorite thing 2 years ago when I first got introduced to it, but I'm putting it here because I think I finally perfected it, but that is avocado toast. I have been loving avocado toast since I first got introduced to it 2 years ago, I want to say, or maybe 3 years ago. So anyway, I love avocado toast, but this month I think I finally perfected the best avocado toast, and I've been having it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner almost every single day. Okay, so here's what I do with my avocado toast. So of course it's toast, and you put some avocado spread on top, like mushed avocado. And of course I mix it with some spices, mainly salt and pepper, and then like I basically put random spices in. I put a different spice at like every time. I just play around. And then you put an over easy egg on top of that, which by the way, finally learned how to make an over easy egg and perfect that as well. So now I'm pretty good at making over easy eggs. And then you get some grilled like cherry tomatoes, some bacon bits, and then mozzarella cheese, and then of course some basil on top, however you want to say it. And voila, you have an amazing avocado toast. My other two favorite things for the month actually go along with something else I want to talk about, which is the fact that, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm putting up vlogs of me trying to celebrate one random holiday every single day, and I'm trying to do that for this whole year. So I have all of January up right now, so please go check those out. But from trying to celebrate those random holidays, I have come up with two favorite things of the month. So yay! The first one being a hot toddy. There was a like National Hot Toddy Day, and I had no idea what a hot toddy was, and then I made it, and it was delicious. And so I've been drinking hot toddies quite a bit these past couple of weeks. I very much enjoy the hot toddies. In case you don't know, hot toddy is an alcoholic beverage with like whiskey or bourbon, and it is a hot drink, but it is so good. Oh my god, it's so delicious. Now I'm thinking about having a hot toddy, but it is morning, Ellen. It is like 8 o'clock in the morning. You do not need a hot toddy. And then the other thing is actually a favorite thing that I've had for my whole life, but it kind of like reintroduced this favorite thing to me, and that is puzzles. I love puzzles. When I do a puzzle, I can't stop until it's finished. Like, I get so invested in the puzzle, and I just like, I need to do it. I did a puzzle. There was like National Puzzle Day, so I did a puzzle. It was super fun, and it like reminded me of my love of puzzles, and it also kind of got my roommate into puzzles, and so we're working on a puzzle right now that unfortunately is taking us a couple days. It is a very hard puzzle. She got a very hard puzzle. So really enjoyed puzzles this month, and I hope to do some more in the future, and I kind of want to like find puzzle glue so I could glue it and then like hang up the puzzle as like a painting. Those are my favorite things. Now let's talk about some TV shows. I didn't really watch a whole lot of new TV shows. It was more a lot of still playing catch up with some of my old TV shows that I didn't get a chance to catch up on for the end of the fall season. But there were 3 new shows that I watched. They're all Netflix shows, so get excited. The first one is A Series of Unfortunate Events, season 3. So season 3 got released January 1st. I wanted to watch it January 1st, but I did not get the chance because I was too busy doing things, making memories. So I was very happy that I finally got to watch it. Like, I think a week or 2 weeks later. It took a while, but I eventually did watch it. And I watched it all in one sitting. Actually, now that I think about it, all the TV shows I'm about to tell you in this video, I watched all in one sitting. So weird. Watched A Series of Unfortunate Events season 3 all in one sitting, because as soon as I watched the first episode, because I was just planning to watch maybe like 4 or 5 episodes and then continue with them the next day. But as soon as I watched that first episode, I was like, nope, we're going to stay here till the end because I need to know how this show ends, because this is also its last season. And it was, I mean, just like the last 2 seasons, it was phenomenal. It was amazing. I highly recommend watching A Series of Unfortunate Events. It's super funny. It's about these kids who find out they're orphans, that their parents died in a tragic fire. So now they have to live with Count Olaf, who's super evil and really just wants the kids' fortune. But it's just kind of like about escaping him and trying to, but he like does different disguises each time. And also it's just leads them on this adventure and like this quest to finding out about their parents and about their like secret society or secret organization that they were a part of. And it's a really fun time. I highly recommend it. Let's go on to the next show, which is World's Most Extraordinary Homes, season 3. I love this show. Spoiler alert, this is in my top 10 TV shows of the year. I promise those videos are coming. World's Most Extraordinary Homes, season 3. Basically the same as seasons 2 and 1. We have a different country each season. I think this season we had Norway, Israel. It's all I can remember. but there are 4 episodes. Basically, these seasons only have like 4 episodes, and they're super easy to fly through, and they're so fascinating. Like, I love the hosts of these shows. And then the last show I want to talk about is Atypical, season 2. Season 2 did come out like in the fall season last year, but I never got around to watching it, so I finally got around to watching it. And I'm happy I did. I really do actually like this show. I keep forgetting how much I like it until I start watching it. So with this show, we follow a kid who is like on the spectrum. I think he's autistic. Trying to remember now. I think he's autistic. The first season, I'm not going to talk about the second season, but the first season mainly follows him trying to find love, trying to get a girlfriend. It's very fascinating. We also follow like his sister, who's very protective of him, and then we also follow his parents, who are kind of going through their own troubles and issues. And then of course we follow some of his friends, and we follow his love life. It's very fun. It's like a drama, but it's also a comedy. It's a very fun show, and it's just about a family. I don't know how else to explain it. I really like the show. The second season I thought was just as good as the first one. It's still not like super amazing, but it's still a show that I would recommend to people. It's still a show that I very much like, and if there's a third season, you know I'm going to be watching it. I'm excited about it. It may take me a couple months to get to watching it, but I will watch it. Now at this portion of the video, we are going to show you my bullet journal, because I love bullet journals. I love creating my bullet journal, so I'm going to show you my bullet journal. This is my new bullet journal for the year 2019. So we're gonna get started. So this is the first page. It's kind of like the worst page so far in the bullet journal, but it's just, you know, the intro page. So I'm hoping to use this from January to June of 2019. We'll see if that actually happens. I think it will, but yes. And then, so I wanted to start off with just a little quote to help with the new year. So I have, take a leap of faith and begin this wondrous new year by believing. And then I have a year at a glance. I just want to see all the months and all the days of the months, and yes. And then we have a future log, because I'm going to be putting my calendar in here. So I want to make sure that when I even don't have the month drawn out, I can fill in the important dates that I want to fill in for the month. I don't really know how else to explain it, but yes, so that's my future log. And then this is my book goal. So my goal is to read 80 books, and so every time I read a book, I'm going to color in one of these books. As you can see, I already have a couple colored in, and I want to get to 80, and there are 80 books here. 40 on this page, 40 on this page. And I also have a little quote down here on something that's supposed to look like a chalkboard. I feel like it does. It's called it says, "Books are a uniquely portable magic," by Stephen King. And then we also have a little poster over here that says, "Open a book, grow your mind." So yeah. And then I also have a movie goal. My goal is to watch 100 movies. And so as you can see, I'll color in a popcorn when I've watched a movie. Hopefully I will be able to watch 100 movies. And then we have my yearly goals, just the goals that I have for the year, and they're split up into different categories. So we have book, movie, travel, and life. And then over here, I have just like the themes for the month. I kind of don't want you guys to see this, so I might blur this whole page. But on this page, I have every single month planned out what the theme is, and also what the color is of the month. So each month has a color to go with the theme. And then down here, I can probably show you this, but this is like the layout I kind of want to use for every single month this year. That way, in case I just forget what comes next, I can just come here and be like, oh, that's right, the book wrap-up comes next. So yeah. And then we have my top 10 books of 2018. Again, I'm going to be totally blurring these pages because I don't have the video out yet, so I don't want you guys to see it just yet. But yeah, so we have the top 10 books of 2018, my top 10 movies of 2018, my top 10 TV shows of 2018. I just didn't really have anywhere else to put them, so I put them here. And then we have the honorable mentions and the guilty pleasures for books, movies, and TV shows. And then we start with January, which, as you can tell, the theme is champagne. And as always, we have the month over here and then a little quote. So over here we have sparkle like champagne. And then we have the month. I may blur out a couple of these things as well, just because I use this to keep track of my bills and how much I'm paying for the bills and how much I'm making every week. So Yes, and then this is where we start weeklies, where I kind of put like to-do lists or important things that I need for each week. Like over here, I put like my flight information, just like important stuff, but it's also mainly used for as like to-do lists so I can keep track of things that I need to get done. And then we have the book wrap up. So we have the TBR, so the books that I want to read, the books that I want to buy, other books I read, and other books I bought, and then the books that I read with their star rating. And then we also do the same with the movies, so the movies I want to watch, the movies I want to buy, other movies I watched, other movies I bought, and the movies I watched with their star rating. And then we have notes on the books, notes on the movies. I thought there would be more movies I watch, so I thought there'd be more notes. Then we have the TV shows, favorite things, favorite song, spoiler. And then this year we have these two new pages. We have a budget tracker, which again is going to be blurred out because I don't want people to see my budget. But I also didn't really keep up with this that much. I kind of need to like rework the budget tracker. I need to keep trying to figure out how I'm gonna do the budget tracker because I need to keep testing out different layouts. And then over here we have the random holiday tracker. So in case you didn't know, which I think I've already mentioned in this video, I'm trying to celebrate one random holiday every single day of the year. And so this helps me keep track of what the holidays are and also if I complete them and if I don't complete them. So, and then we have the habit tracker. So I just keep track of a bunch of habits, make sure I do them, which usually always looks very sparse and open because I don't technically do a lot of these habits, but I want to try and do them more often. And then we also have the mood tracker, which is just a little bunch of champagne bubbles. And then we go on to the favorite memories, so which is pretty much like the diary-ish section, so we'll just skip these so you don't see the words. And then that is it for January. And now it is time for the last part of this video, which is my favorite song, which this month I technically have two favorite songs. They're both by the same artist. I have become a fan of Ariana Grande. I used to just like a few of her songs, but I've been lately like listening to all of her albums and her music is incredible and I absolutely love her. So big fan of Ariana Grande now, and she's coming out with a new album. Probably by the time this video goes up, the album is already out. I'm so excited. But basically, the two songs I want to talk about are Thank You Next and Seven Rings. Thank You Next came out, I want to say in December or November. But I was like crazy listening to it around then, but then like I was still listening to it in January, and then she came out with a new song in the middle of January called Seven Rings, which is one of those songs that I want to hate, but for some reason I just can't hate it, and I can't help but sing along and like get into it. I also just love that it's a take on the song Favorite Things from Sound of Music. Love it. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Please also go check out my movie wrap up and my book wrap up for the month of January, and I will see you guys soon with more videos. Bye.
It's poppin', you like